Please pray with me. Lord, bless the words of my mouth and the meditation of our hearts, for you are our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. Last week, one of the news stations that I listened to had a weatherman who was trying to prepare his audience for the nor'easter heading our way. He was speaking on Saturday morning, the day of the storm, and he still didn't know much about what we would be facing a few hours later. His newscast was meant to be factual, but he was actually explaining how much we didn't know about the impending storm. He told us there could be anywhere from 2 inches of snow to 12 or 18 inches of snow. He said there might be lightning, or there might not be. And rain, freezing rain, and snow were all possible options. Near the end of his rambling forecast, he finally stopped speaking for a moment and said, "Just be prepared for the unexpected." And when he said that, I laughed. That isn't much of a newscast to go by. Be prepared for the unexpected? That's impossible. By definition, the unexpected is unexpected. But my second thought was, haven't we been doing that since March? Haven't we been trying to prepare for the unexpected since the first day of COVID-19? In some ways, this whole year has felt like an unpredictable nor'easter bearing down on us. We've tried to be prepared for the unexpected in ways we could not imagine. We've been building the plane as we fly it all year. As we know in retrospect, that storm did not turn out to be half as bad as we anticipated. It was one of the calmest nor'easters we've had in the last 10 years. But we didn't know it would turn out like that at the time. Today, on the third Sunday of Advent, we see the pink candle being lit on the Advent wreath. And we know that the pink candle symbolizes a kinder, more gentle day. Today is Gaudete Sunday, the Sunday in Advent when we're invited to joyously anticipate Jesus' arrival. We've already been waiting for 3 weeks, and there are only 12 more days to go. Gaudete is the Latin word for rejoice, and that is what we're invited to do today. So how do we rejoice in the midst of a surging pandemic? I want to suggest 3 ways to deepen our rejoicing today. Perhaps we start by recognizing that the one who we are waiting for is the one who is always truly unexpected and always longed for year after year. He is unexpected because none of us can sum up his magnificence, his mercy, or his love. However wonderful we expect him to be, he will be more wonderful than that. God is always bigger than the boxes we put God into. The one who is truly unexpected is Jesus Christ, the child who is 100% human and 100% divine. The one who comes to be among us as one of us, but who also comes to save and transform. Save and transform us, and save and transform the world. Our first step towards real rejoicing this year lies in recognizing the mystery and the magnificence of God and being open to welcoming him into our hearts again this year. How might we prepare for him, this profoundly unexpected and best gift of Christmas? I think this year the second step towards real rejoicing requires us to lean into the shadows of this holiday. We need to recognize that this Christmas will be different for many of us. Not the same number of people under the tree or around the Christmas table, not the same ability to find the perfect gift or throw the extravagant party. We don't get to sing in groups this year or hug our friends or family members or neighbors. We can only hug the family members who live with us. Our celebrations will be more intimate or even perhaps downright lonely for some of us this year. Accepting how different it will be makes some room for what will be waiting for us. And the third step in authentic rejoicing during a pandemic may lie in recognizing that joy itself is more flexible, more robust, more eager to join us than we may think. In our modern consumer culture, many of us have gotten the idea that joy only arrives when everything is perfect, a kind of final prize for doing everything right. Joy isn't a prize we get for being perfect. Joy isn't a luxury meant only for some, nor is it a fleeting experience like the sighting of an exotic butterfly. Joy is substantial, plentiful, eager to be found. Joy is waiting for us even now, even if it's coming in unexpected ways this year, for these last 12 days and for Christmas Day itself. Joy wants to accompany us on our journey to Christmas, even to this particular Christmas. And we can make room for joy. We can choose to make room for joy. Archbishop Desmond Tutu and the Dalai Lama catalog different kinds of joy to help us see and appreciate how joy is waiting for us in their book aptly titled The Book of Joy. Their list helps us remember that joy has many faces. Here are ways to engage joy this Christmas. First, do something that brings you pleasure. Take a walk, dance in your kitchen, drink a fantastic cup of hot chocolate, or a tart, tangy cup of excellent coffee. Let out a chuckle or a belly laugh or a giggle. Amusement is a kind of joy. Claim a contentment. Bake or paint, read a book, or start a fire in your fireplace and appreciate a quiet joy. Wonder over something that astonishes you. The night sky, the grace of God, the gift of being alive. Exalt after you've accomplished a difficult task. Rejoice in something hard won. Experience a radiant pride in your children and their talents. Choose to be elevated after witnessing someone else's kindness or compassion or generosity. Recognize the gratitude you feel for a kindness done to you. Rejoice in someone else's happiness, or perhaps simply rejoice in the freedom to gather for worship in our beloved but weary democracy in a deeply challenging year. I hope joy finds you over and over in the next 12 days. Ordinary joy, wonder, gratitude, contentment, whatever kind of joy is waiting for you. We cannot let challenging circumstances rob us of our joy. What is sure and certain is that God is coming. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it. So light the pink candle, light the purple candles, light every candle in your home, and know that the light of the world is coming. Amen.